What's Jam 6?
The storming of the Capitol.
Oh, the store. Oh, January 6th. Oh, yeah, I was out there selling Trayvon Martin t-shirts. I had to get my money.
Hey guys, make sure you check out the Steebee Weebee show this week with special guest Tori Piskin Part 3. Also, stay tuned for my album Puer Eternos. Jeremiah?
And come see me live in a city near you, like Winnipeg, Los Angeles, California, New York City, Huntington Beach, Sunnyvale, California, and more. Tickets at jeremiahwatkins.com. And we've got some pickle shirts and exclusive pickles at jeremiahwatkins.com under the Scissor Bros merch tab. Anything else, Steve?
That should do it. Now, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Scissor Bros.
Let's get into it with Steve-O.
Okay, so we just should get naked now?
I mean, you don't have to get naked.
Scissor Brothers!
Taking it in, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. How you feel, huh?
I feel good, man. It's just like always something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I live by my calendar, you know? Like I put it in the
dude.
calendar.
Yeah.
If it's in the calendar, then it's pretty reliable. I'm pretty reliable.
That's how I am. If it's locked in the calendar, then I'm like, okay, I hold to that.
Yeah. It's pertinent. I should be letting everybody know that I've got this new book, which just came out in paperback.
Nice.
It's actually tomorrow as we record this.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
It
right.
comes out in paperback. And in this book, it's a book of wisdom.
Mhm.
Okay.
Called A Hard Kick in the Nuts. What I've learned from a lifetime of terrible decisions.
Nice.
And, you know, it's kind of fun. I had fun with the idea that Steve-O is writing a self-help book. And at the same time, like, you know, just like super gnarly stuff in there. But I talk about calendars a lot, you know,
Okay.
like I have my calendar like color-coded by what type of thing, you know, like what type of activity.
So is a podcast a certain color on it?
Yeah, it's press.
Mhm.
You know, press is gray, sort of a necessary evil. I also have like flights as gray. It's necessary evil.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I think that the dynamic of it, the way that I think of it, is that like when we have any kind of success, you know, particularly like as entertainers, there's this terrifying realization that it's going to be over, you know, like, and you're in the spotlight's gonna go away.
It's fleeting constantly. Yeah.
Like, and so like my life for so long has just been this like this sort of anxious and frantic, almost desperate, just scramble to try to like just keep the party going.
Mm-hmm.
And like the most terrifying, you know, idea, like people ask you like, so you know, what do you got coming up? What's next? You know, like, and like the idea of not having an answer to that question of what's next is just so scary, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, there's going to be nothing next, you know? And it's just going to be like, oh, you know what? I got nothing. Nothing's
Right.
coming out. I'm not working on anything. I'm actually done, you know? Like, and that's just not an okay thing to say. But I look at my calendar as like the constant fight against that. You know, like my calendar, I'll swipe through the months and it's just this like kaleidoscope-esque just smorgasbord of activity. And I'm like my self-esteem is really locked into it, you know? Like, I look through my calendar and I'm like, I am a dude that does shit, man. You know, like, there's gonna be a point where nothing's coming next, like, but that point is not. I'm staving off that reality.
Can you relate to the calendar?
No, he's the exact opposite than I am.
Do you have a calendar?
No, he has a calendar, and it's filled, color-coded, Steve. So,
Yeah.
But it's a dream for us to have you here. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
I say in my book too that I fantasize about having a room in my house that is just fucking wallpapered with
stuff to do.
with my actual calendar, like with the actual months.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All going back, like, you know, when I first started using the calendar app, everything was just green. I didn't even, you know. But that was back in like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, and then it became color coded. Like, I do, like, it would be a fucking physical manifestation of just like it would be like my happy place. Just like this, I'm a guy who does shit.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing and a curse, you know? Like, I'm like, my life is like kind of like metered out. It's like scheduled, like just fucking every goddamn minute is just spoken for, and that's like that's overwhelming. It's anxiety inducing.
What would you do in that situation?
Oh, dude, I would have a heart attack. Yeah, I'd have a panic attack.
He's very free flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get my stuff done, but I'm just.
Oh man, and it's suffocating too. Like it's always something. Like there's never ever a moment to breathe.
What color is fun in your calendar?
Orange.
Orange is fun?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
actually have orange is fun.
So
Nice.
this is my goal. This is
Yeah.
my goal for after you leave here.
Or you want me to retroactively switch it to fun?
Orange.
Yeah.
I want the goal after you do this episode of Scissor Bros, as you leave here and you change it to orange because you had such a good time. That's the goal.
Dude,
You
I love
deserve it, man.
I love it, and I love that you're pointing to the act of retroactively like updating my calendar, which I do, man. If some things will come up that we're not like even planned, you know, like all of a sudden I'll just end up doing something, and after it has happened, it is in the past, I will damn well retroactively go into my calendar, plug it in there to give myself credit for it.
Yes.
Because my pride deserves that.
Yeah.
Is your calendar, on an hourly basis?
Everything, yeah. I mean, dude, I'll show you, man.
Yeah. Check it
Dude,
out.
in the photo, in the, like, the even the paperback has, like, a glossy, like, color photo section.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, an entire fucking page of the photo section is just 3 months of my calendar.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
like-
Just to get people
so you
insight
can
to what
just-
you're
you
going
can
through.
see, you know, just so you
Yeah.
can see.
That's dope.
Yeah, like shit that's like just it's just like a pain in the ass. I just got the annoying shit I gotta do. It is blue. And it's so funny, like after the book came out, I realized that like, oh fuck, my fiance's birthday's in there in blue. But that's nothing against her.
What is blue? What is blue?
It's just shit that's just a pain in the ass. Like I was like, oh, a pain in the ass. I gotta
So
remember.
that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, shit that's a pain in the ass. Like just
Would a doctor's visit be blue as well?
nah, that's yellow for self-care.
Self-care.
Self-care's yellow.
See, we're big on this podcast about self-care and positivity and stuff like that. And one of the things that we do on this podcast is called Scissors. And some people think it's silly, but we think it really works. And we've had people who have actually studied the scissors. What we do is we do this motion over our heads and we count while we do it, and it releases endorphins and positivity in the air. Do you want to try it with us?
Sure, man.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it would seem that it's a pretty important part of the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Being on Scissor Bros?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So,
That's part of it.
Yeah, so you just go.
Just
Okay.
one,
One,
two,
3, 4. If you're watching at home
5,
along with us,
6,
join in.
7, 8,
Release that
9,
negativity.
10,
Feel better about yourself,
11,
y'all. We
12,
got Steve on the
13,
house today, baby.
14, 15,
Oh, yeah.
16, 17,
From the bucket list
18,
store.
19,
Jackass.
and 20.
Wild Boys,
dude.
and many other
Yeah.
things.
Now, Steve-O, do you still find time to skateboard as well?
I do.
Okay, you having
Yeah.
fun with it
Dude,
again?
that ramp that you have
Yeah.
in your backyard is sick.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I just built a mini ramp in my
Nice.
backyard. Some would call it a half pipe. It's a very low, like it's a 3.5 foot tall half pipe. So that's why it's called a mini ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I'm really, really stoked on it, man. Thanks for knowing about it.
Yeah,
Dude.
I've been skateboarding a lot.
He's got these rings where to help you train on dropping in and stuff like that. And we've had Vinny on the podcast too.
yeah.
We've had Vinny and Zach on the
Vinny and
podcast.
Zach, yeah.
And they were great. And I've seen some footage of him like trying to work with the rings and stuff
Yeah.
on the ramp.
Now, when you first started skateboarding, like, what was the most satisfying when you like landed your first kick flip, and then because that's
Dude, I
that's a
remember.
big deal.
I remember learning kick flips. It was a very, very big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that was December of 1988.
Wow, that's OG.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, in the 90s, there's like maybe one or two skaters in our high school, and there's only one. Like, if you could kickflip, you were like the man.
Yeah.
But now it's like all the kids are doing it. Yeah.
It's perplexing how skateboarding can appeal to anybody with how. I mean, dude, like to watch a video of like what the level of professional skateboarding is at today as a child and think, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get into that. You know, like
It's crazy.
So complex.
it would be very discouraging. Not just complex, but just the risk.
Yeah.
The level of risk that, you know.
I mean, I broke my arm dropping in once.
Yeah.
That's just dropping in. That's literally the entry level.
Well, you got a backside board slide.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got.
They call me board slide Watkins sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah, he's got a backside board slide.
Yeah.
Nice.
This guy.
No, I'm right here, man. I do it for fun now, just cruising around.
Right.
But
No, he can do some fun stuff.
I know I can know slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You know, it's I'm comfortable just with sucking at skateboarding, man. I do it like for fun.
Yeah.
If I can pull off some trick, like I'll get deep satisfaction out of it, knowing full well that trick is not a big deal in the you know, it's a big deal
but
to
it's
me.
more for for
big deal to
yourself
me.
though. Yeah, absolutely.
You could impossible though, right? I could have sworn you could do an impossible.
I used to do impossibles. I've got footage doing
under the
all
ramp,
impossible like while on a coffee table.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a 360 double kickflip shove it on a coffee. Yeah, Trey Dub on the coffee
Was that
table.
the one with the fireworks?
No, that wouldn't have been with fireworks, but whatever, you know, like, hey.
Yeah. There's
That's
some,
insane. I'm trying to picture that, like, and then.
Yeah, it's like a
Late
tray
shove.
flip, except it flips twice.
Oh, right, dude, that's impressive.
yeah.
Yeah, that's,
I like
I can't
how,
do it anymore.
right, but you did it.
Yeah, I can't do it
Well,
anymore.
that's what's great is what I really like about what you specifically do with your social media is you're really good about like kind of letting people in and feeling like they're there, where a lot of people who post stuff online, you just feel like you're just watching something, but you make it really personal where you're like, hey, I did this at this time in my life, and like you feel like you're on a journey when you're watching your stuff online, like
Oh, well, thanks, man.
you've created different stunts and different tricks that you've done like over the years, like we're talking skateboarding, like the wall ride, like you had that epic wall ride that you did, and you've done like some. I think like some.
It's one of my favorite things is to recreate old photos.
It's
where
cool.
like I'm putting it side by side. Like this is like me 28 years later, like trying to be in the same. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, see, I got this crazy book, man. I'm pretty.
So where can people get it?
let's
So
plug that,
the
man.
listeners and viewers.
Yeah,
so is it going to be on Amazon or?
Let's let the motherfuckers know.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I mean, you can get it wherever you want, but the only way you're going to get that autographed, signed copy is at stevo.com.
Stevo.com.
Yeah.
Easy. Type it in. Can't misspell it.
Stevo.com.
I rolled up on you in my podcast van.
Yeah.
the van, which is my studio for my Wild Ride podcast, and I will be rolling out in the van down to San Diego to go sign 1,000 of those books, man.
Whoa.
You know, that's one thing that's really cool in what you do is like, how'd you come up with that idea of the RV and then podcasting in it and all that?
That one, first off, thank you. And the idea of doing I was just really resistant to jumping on the podcast bandwagon. I recognized that as a touring comedian, you know, that having a podcast is something that's really important. It's really important if you want to like sell tickets. Like, there's something about podcasting that allows people to get to know you like in a very real way.
Sure.
Because for all the time that we spend on podcasts, like it would be like pretty difficult to like to create some illusion, you know, like like that would be a lot of upkeep to try to like pretend to be something you're not
for that many hours.
For that many hours,
it's
you know.
Like, yeah.
And I think that's the appeal of podcasting, is that it's raw, it's unfiltered, it's just like, you know, people come in, they feel like they're in the room with you while you're having a real conversation, like, and they're really getting to hang out with you.
Now, did you feel like after you started podcasting versus before, like you could feel even more of a shift? Because as a guy, you know, like yourself, who puts yourself out there like a lot, like with the different movies and TV shows and specials that you've done, people do think they know you to an extent just from that stuff, but do you think it kind of bumped it up another level with podcasting?
Yeah, I mean, people felt like they knew me from Jackass and all that stuff, but but that's, you know, that just created the impression that I'm like this, blah, you know, like super gnarly, like, oh my God, if I meet Steve-O, like, will I be safe? You know, like, you know, like, and I think that.
Meanwhile, you have the sweetest dog that's just sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. I think that if anything, podcasting, you know, reveals me to be like, oh wow, he's actually not like a you know, human, like, manifestation of a tornado,
right?
You know, like
he's not
actually
a literal
like
Tasmanian devil who's constantly spinning.
Actually, like a kind of a thoughtful, you know, guy that's you know, there's more to him than that, and I welcome that. Did I notice a difference after I started podcasting? Yes, but it's very hard to quantify because my podcast episode number 1 was published in, was it March or April of 2020? So, I bought this van in January of 2020.
Yeah.
For it to be my podcast studio. Like, and like the idea for doing the podcast in a van, I just didn't, like my major, like, resistance to jumping on the podcast bandwagon was I just didn't want to be like, hey, will you be on my podcast? Will you do my podcast?
Dude,
like,
yeah.
It's a tough
the
one.
booking part can sometimes be the most frustrating part of...
Frustrating, like,
which makes
stressful.
it slide into the gray, and we're trying to get it back into that orange, brother.
Yeah. It's, you know, and, like, I just didn't want to be, like... Didn't want to go have to. So I thought, all right, like, if I'm going to ask people, will you be on my podcast? Like, maybe at the very least, I can say, like, to make it, like, as easy and painless for you, I will bring the studio to you wherever and whenever is most convenient for you.
That's awesome.
And that...
especially with some of the guests that you've gotten, like, at that point, they're like, well, I can't say no. I mean, if he's rolling up to my place, all I have to do is stroll outside and kick it with him for an hour. Like, that's dope.
That was the motivation, was to make it less of a like invasive, like less of a of an, you know, just to kind of take the
pressure.
Just to make it a little bit, you know, like make it easier to ask people to do the podcast. And when I first started trying it, I was driving around, and I'm just a bad driver to begin with. And I'm like,
Have you had a lot of accidents over the years?
I mean, no like accidents with injury.
Yeah. But like fender bender type
yeah,
or like parking lot scrapes and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, my van is wearing it, dude. It's I'm notoriously a bad driver, but yeah, like it's just a cool gimmick, man. I'm surprised that more people haven't done it. It's the wild ride, baby.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the idea of naming it that? Like, wow.
I mean, it was just like you know, they initially when I thought of it, it was gonna be we were gonna be driving while doing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was gonna it was like, come for a ride with me. Like it's a wild ride.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And then I fairly quickly realized that there's on top of the danger of being
sort
like
of focus on
yeah, like for sure, like how am I gonna be paying attention to the road and like trying, you know, like trying, there's a lot of like just danger, but heaven forbid you got your guest that comes in and then like, you know, things go a little sideways and they're like, you know what, dude, like I'm done now. Like, you gotta have a really awkward ride to go back to the point where you're gonna drop them off. Right? It feels a little kidnappy. You know.
I mean, we have to warn people when we close our garage door. We're like, hey, it sounds kind of like a murder garage door that we're closing in here. Yeah.
Right.
Steve, what do you think about our setup?
I think it's great, man.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of murder, is there anything better on YouTube?
Oh, I love that murder.
Than all of these fantastic true crime YouTube
That's my favorite
channels
stuff, man.
That just walk you through.
Yeah, man.
Right, and the particularly delicious footage from the interrogation room.
Oh, that's my favorite stuff. So you watch those too?
Oh yeah.
So you are you familiar with dreading? Crime?
I know dreading. Yeah.
You know dreading?
I know dreading.
Red Tree True Crime. The
Red Tree.
Yeah, that's my jam too. Yeah.
I mean, now, dude, let's get to the cream of the crop. Like
Monsters.
Monsters.
Yeah, Monsters.
Monsters is good.
Yeah.
Explore with us.
Yeah.
Beyond Evil.
Yeah.
Beyond
Evil's good.
Evil.
Yeah.
I wish I could jump
Yeah. That's all I do, bro. I watch that.
Now we're getting to the top.
Yeah.
Explore with us. Beyond Evil. Okay, and then the top two positions. Number 2, Stay Awake.
Yeah,
One
I've seen
word.
those. Yep.
Stay Awake is stellar. But the number 1, hands down, absolute gold standard of true crime on YouTube is called JCS.
Psychology.
Criminal Psychology. JCS.
That's my jam too, bro.
There's
dude, that's my jam.
Nary a single video on that channel that is not the most awesome thing. The only problem is the JCS.
You see the Aiden one? Aiden something, that 14-year-old kid that walked that girl?
Yeah. Aiden Fuck.
Yeah. He stabbed her in the forest.
Yeah, that's the murderer.
Yeah. The murderer. Yeah.
Yeah, the murderer.
Aiden,
the kid with the
long hair,
the acne.
Yeah, the acne, the Kurt Cobain, like the choker Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
For sure, I know him all.
You know that one, yeah.
I am alarmingly aware of like, and dude, that one. I mean,
that one kind of disturbed. That was disturbing, bro.
That one has been on every every damn one of these channels.
Fauci or something like
and
that.
And there's many more of these true crime channels, like in the same, but just that I'm not into.
Right.
My mom watches all the ones on A&E, like all those crime documentaries.
Did you see the one where the guy, the ex-boyfriend, goes outside that girl's house and shoots
the one where
he knew where the bedroom was, and then the mom went to wake her up, and she thought she was just sleeping. Yeah, that was gnarly.
The bullet went through
the
because this creep ass boyfriend's just like outside.
Yeah, and then he dressed in all black to scout out the neighborhood, and dude, this stuff's great, man. You got to get into it,
dude. I'm getting hooked just listening.
And then if it like, and then there's this other thing, and like I don't watch as much of it, but when I do, I really am glad that I did. Is first-hand accounts of near-death experiences.
Oh, that's
where
new
people
shit,
have died, and they go into the light. They have these crazy
This is the stuff that I'm interested in.
interdimensional experience.
Yeah, dude.
That's
it.
That's a big deal. Like when people have near-death experiences, they're like a very common feature of the experience is that they feel like just this. They always feel like they're home. Like this, that's actually where they're from. That this is the weird, like alien part.
Yeah.
That they feel that they're home. They're embraced by this love that just is so wonderful, and that then they find out that they have to go back into their body, and they're like, no, I do not, I don't want to leave this. This is what, but very few people in these experiences want anything to do with coming back into the physical body.
Really?
Yeah, if they do, it's because, I've got my child or something, But yeah.
Have you ever had because you've done so many like dangerous stunts and had concussions and different stuff like that over time? Have you ever had something like a feeling like that where like you were kind of like an out of body experience or anything like that?
Nothing like that. But when people do come back from these near-death experiences, they are far less interested in like
material
financial
things?
success. They're much more giving of themselves. They're much happier people. Like I wish you could like manufacture one of these experiences.
Or maybe
Right.
DMT.
Yeah,
DMT,
you could get rich.
Like DMT.
Yeah. Dude, a machine to do that to you?
Maybe you could sell this experience.
That would be a wild ride, right? Yeah, dude.
Like a water tank. Like a flotation tank.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, I heard DMT, like, you could kind of see the afterlife, right?
Is DMT a newer thing?
I think I've heard podcasts where they talk about like they meet these entities.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
But
so it said that what else populates your YouTube feed?
I see this exact same stuff that you do, but the one that was the most disturbing was this Chinese girl, this Vietnamese or Chinese girl. She had tiger parents, and she hired these dudes to come into her place to kill her parents, and you could hear the dad screaming on the 911 call. It's like the most disturbing. Have you seen that one?
Man, that sounds like it might be one of the JCS.
Yeah,
videos.
that was a JCS.
Yeah.
Did you see the interrogation of her?
Yeah, she did that.
That was odd. Like her behavior in that room.
Yeah, and she's just like,
don't leave me.
But
Yeah, like with
her
the
name
cop.
is like Jenny or
Yeah. That was the one, bro. That was disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She killed her parents, man.
I know.
And she was totally caught and sitting there like acting like she was just untouchable, and man,
yeah,
they got her.
They got her.
And I think that is that there's just this satisfaction of just like they got you.
Yeah,
She dressed as a tiger or thought she was a
No,
tiger?
she has tiger parents. It's a term where they're strict Asian parents that they want their kids to excel in academics.
Gotcha.
That's the term of tiger parents.
Sorry, I did
there's
not
no
know that.
actual tigers involved.
I was lost on that.
There's no tigers involved.
Sorry,
Dude.
sorry.
Yeah.
I was a little bit lost on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know the Asian
Yeah.
term. See, he has to teach me some of the Asian
Yeah.
terms
Yeah.
sometimes. I didn't. We just call that.
So, Steve, what is it about? I don't know what fascinates me about this content, but that's all I like watching as well. I don't know
Right.
I'm obsessed with it.
I think that like the stakes of it, like there's like the state. There's something like just super compelling about the misfortune of others. You know, everybody wants to slow down to get a good look at the car accident in the road. Even grandmas, like, there's just something super compelling about carnage and death.
Yeah.
And then there's also something super satisfying about someone being brought to justice. You know, it's like, oh, that bastard, and we got him. You know, like, you know, when the killer is caught and it's all like, oh, you know, like, we got you. You know, there's just something that just scratches an itch about that. You know, like, it makes you it makes you feel like a good person to see a bad person be brought to justice.
And then I like the psychology involved as well as
right,
because half the time what people don't know is whenever you're in an interrogation room, you have the right to remain silent, right?
Heard
but
that.
but they never do that. So if you're ever in that situation, you always ask for a lawyer, always.
Right.
And that's where they make their mistake.
And that's a Scissor Bros tip for you. Anybody watching, they ask for a lawyer.
I mean, it's unbelievable, and like, I'm guessing that back in the days, and maybe even they're still producing this show on the A&E network. The first 48.
I love, dude. You watched that,
dude? All the way back to.
I watched that too, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first 48 hours of a homicide investigation.
Yeah, bro.
Like are integral. Like if they don't get a lead in the first 48 hours, then their chance of solving a murder goes down.
Yeah, it goes down
like
more than half. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scissor Brothers!
DSO-1 Daily Symbiotic was developed for systemic benefits beyond digestive health, the first in a pipeline of clinically studied next-generation products.
2-in-1 ViaCap delivery technology. Capsule and capsule protects against stomach acid, digestion enzymes, and bile salts for viability through digestion. What does that mean?
The live probiotics will actually make it to the end of the small intestine for delivery into the colon.
Your monthly refill comes in a home compostable bio-based pouches that keeps oxygen and moisture out while being planet safe.
We use an entirely natural insulator made from US grown non-GMO cornstarch. It's biodegradable, backyard compostable, edible, and dissolves in water.
My body feels great, Demetrius. How does yours feel?
Mine
after
feels
using
fantastic.
Seeds? Oh, wonderful.
Get 25% off your first month's supply of seeds DSO-1 Daily Symbiotic by using code BROS at checkout.
That's 25% off your first month's supply of seeds DSO-1 Daily Symbiotic by using code BROS at checkout.
Seed?
Demetrius, your body looks very nice.
Yours does too.
Seed.
Whoa, I am the handyman. Whoa, I am the handyman.
If you're going for the clean-shaven look but hate the mess of a wet shave, Manscaped has something for you. The Handyman, Manscaped's new electric face shaver, lets you shave up to 3 days of growth. No water and shaving cream required. No matter what your look you want, the Handyman is here to help. The 5-minute quick charge features a lifesaver and the rechargeable battery offers 60 minutes of runtime. Equipped with Manscaped skin-safe technology to help reduce nicks and cuts, you'll feel confident going for that close shave even right before a big event.
And you know what I like? It's so compact. If you're a guy on the go, never leave the Handyman at home. Perfect for travel, it's both compact and airplane friendly. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code ScissorBros at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Code ScissorBros.
Hit the refresh button
With Handyman. Whoa, I am the Handyman. Whoa, I am the Handyman. Whoa.
Handyman from Manscaped.
I got a little tongue twisty. Should we do it again? I messed up a little bit. Yeah. Oh, do you?
Manscaped.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah, Devin?
I'm hungry.
Oh, really?
Go drive to the store.
I'm not going to the store.
Well, what are we gonna do?
I'll tell you what. Take a bite out of summer with HelloFresh. From chef-crafted seasonal recipes to their new fresh and fit summer menu, HelloFresh brings flavor right to your door.
Make your home the hangout place this summer with crowd-pleasing eats from a backyard bratwurst bar to tangy key lime pie. HelloFresh Market makes summer entertaining a cinch.
You know, HelloFresh saves me a lot of times from taking your dumminess to the store.
That's right.
And also the cooking is like really easy and fast. And like, if I'm gonna cook, it's gonna be with you, brother.
That's right, brother. Go to HelloFresh.com/scissor50 and use code scissor50 for 50% off plus free shipping.
That's HelloFresh.com/scissor50 and use code scissor50 for 50% off plus free shipping.
You know what? I'm glad we don't have to drive the store. They'll deliver it right to us.
Yeah, and we'll start cooking it up.
High five, Dennis.
Hit me.
Yeah, you're the best brother ever.
You're the best.
HelloFresh,
America's number one
meal kit. Yeah.
Kaylin and Kaylin.
Get your pickles today.
Oh, yeah.
Limited edition, baby. Classic deal.
We only have a few jars left, and we only have a limited number of T-shirts left, which Gerald is sporting over there.
Yeah.
You can get those at jeremiahwatkins.com under the Scissor Bros merch tab.
And they're limited edition.
Yep,
Limited.
we literally only printed 150.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know what?
Oh,
yeah, what?
So Scott said in one of the orders, if for somebody who orders a shirt, it's going to be like a Willy Wonka golden ticket. One of the packages will have an additional shirt in it signed by all three of us. How cool is that?
Get yours today. This is a very special moment in podcasting history. You get your Kaylin and Kaylin Scissor Bros signed signature t-shirt.
jeremiahwatkins.com. Get them today.
Get them today.
But I was so fascinated with the first 48. I think it started airing in 2003.
Yeah, they changed their theme song too. I like the new theme song. I like better.
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, okay. I might still be on the old theme song.
Yeah.
But I remember watching that so faithfully and enjoying it so much. I thought, oh well, this is it. This is the worst thing that law enforcement could ever allow. How is law enforcement allowing this to happen? Because what the show is doing is educating the public. Now they're never gonna get anybody in an interrogation room to talk to them because this show is making it so completely
They see
obvious.
all the tactics that they're
Right.
using.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
the
they
good
do
cop, bad
tactics.
cop,
They do
the
psychology,
different thing.
yeah.
Right.
Like-
and there is speculation that these true crime channels we've been talking about are suppressed in the YouTube algorithm for that very reason.
Really? Is that a
so you have to
conspiracy,
seek
dude?
them out a little bit more?
Yeah, because they don't want people to know about the read technique and the
dude, the good cop, bad cop technique.
all that. But and it was so crazy because on the first 48, you've got these like just evidently hardened gangsters coming in and just like, oh yeah, no, like, and talking like,
Yeah.
it's just the most. And then like on top of that, like they end up with the footage of them snitching on TV.
Yeah.
Like now, how many episodes of this show, because of them, the snitches are going to be murdered. Now we got to get more episodes for that.
Yeah. Did you see the one with that girl in Florida? I don't think her name's Dahlia. She got her husband set up where she goes to the gym, but then she meets with this undercover cop that pretends to be the killer.
Oh.
Have you seen that one?
I mean, dude, murder for hire. It just
Murder for hire one.
Stop with that shit, right? Because like everybody thinks that they're like hiring a hitman.
Yeah.
Is always talking to an undercover cop.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Every time. You want to murder somebody? I know just the person for you. You're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. You know.
Yeah.
I got a guy.
I got a guy. Yeah, I got you covered. And then they without fail, that person that they're introducing you to is a fucking cop because you're a creep because you're saying you want to kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out.
Do you ever put yourself in the shoes of the murderer? Like, what would you do, like, in that room?
Well, I mean, there's a weird dynamic when you're watching the interrogate. As much as I'm saying that we like to see the bad person brought to justice, there is, like, also kind of a, like, shut up, dude. Don't fucking say
You're
it.
about to
What
get
are
away
you
with
doing?
it.
Yeah.
Shut up and say it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that, but it's just crazy because there's so much of it. And nobody is getting the memo. Now, the reason why nobody's getting the memo and nobody goes in there and just says, I want a lawyer, is because they're concerned that if they go in there and say, I want a lawyer,
They'll
that
look guilty.
makes them look guilty. So they go in there and they don't ask for a lawyer because they don't want to look guilty even though they know they are.
That's why a lot of cops.
Oh, that's interesting.
I
yeah.
remember back in the day, my friends would get pulled over by the cops, and in Kansas, they don't have anything better to do, so they always want to search your vehicle. And so you tell them that they don't have the right, like they don't have the right to do it, but kids were so scared, like they would look guilty if they didn't let them, and then they would find the weed or whatever that was in there because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just go in there, ask for like a Coke or a Snickers bar. I want my lawyer, and just don't say anything.
So you've thought a lot about this.
No, well, I have.
So what would
Yeah.
be the crime that you would commit if you thought that you could maybe get away with it?
Well, I would ask for a lawyer just off top. I
mean,
say, I
the
want a
thing
lawyer.
is that what people don't understand, which they probably should, is that it does not make you look guilty to ask for a lawyer.
No.
It's like, you know what? Hey, man, like, I'd love to help you guys. Like, I'm all about...
That's another Scissor
Ask
Bros
for a
tip
lawyer.
for you. Ask for a
Right.
lawyer.
Every time.
It's the same tip.
Oh, yeah.
and like, it's just like, hey, you know what? Like, I don't even know what's going on here. I just don't
Yeah.
want to deal with it. Like, this is...
Deal-
It's like, you know, if you were somebody offering me a business deal or something, you know, like, and you're going to give me a contract, like,
Go through the manager.
I'm going to ask for a lawyer for that too.
Yeah.
You know, like, this sounds like administrative bullshit that I don't deal with because I have babysitters
Yeah.
do everything for me.
It boggles my mind too, because they just outright say you have the right to remain
Right.
silent. That's your right to remain
Right.
silent.
Yeah.
Why would you even talk?
So
Right.
listening skills is another tip. When you go in there, you have the right to remain. So do you wanna make a lawyer song? Real quick?
Okay.
Do you want to?
I don't know.
Here's something that I feel really fucking strongly about.
Go ahead, Steve-O.
Okay, I feel very, very strongly about this. And I think that we might want to get people to contact their local representatives to get some kind of like petition or whatever, however laws are made. But you got these cops in the interrogation rooms, and they are just allowed to straight up fucking lie. They can look you right in the eye. They can look you in the eye and say, "We got your DNA."
Yeah,
And
right.
they don't. They don't.
How's that
say
allowed?
like they say like, you want to tell me why your DNA is on the fucking body and on the
Yeah,
knife and the
right.
fucking thing? You know, you want to explain that?
Or
just
we-
tell me you
Yeah.
did it
Or
because
we-
we got your DNA,
I
and
don't know-
they don't have their DNA.
Or we know more than you know.
Yeah.
They say that a lot. We know more than you know.
That like seems to be okay because we know like that's like objectively true. You know,
Yeah.
I know more than you know. Like not
Yeah.
about what, you know. So it's not technically a lie, but they are actually fucking lying.
Yeah. Is
They
that
say
legal?
we've got you on camera,
Well-
and they don't. That's
that's a
where
lie.
it's completely not true. They're allowed. The cops are fucking allowed to lie to these.
No,
people.
we need to change that.
In Making a Murder, they made that guy who probably had special needs kind of forcing himself.
Probably.
I want to give him the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt, Steve-O.
Yeah, that guy was
Brendan
hurt.
Dassey.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. They convinced him to say that he saw the toes in the fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I remember
Like
that.
they kept
Yeah.
just pressuring this poor guy over and over and over
Yeah.
until he said it. Because they were
Yeah.
wanting to feed him the
and
confession.
yeah, I do feel
love
very
it.
strongly. Cops shouldn't just be allowed to blatantly fucking lie.
Yeah. They do all the time too. They do it all the
Yeah,
time.
and they're and that's it's not the cops are not the problem there. The law is the problem. You gotta change the law. Now, what's going on with these new episodes of the Murdaugh
Oh, the Murdoch.
series? They just busted out 3 new episodes.
Yeah, that's the redheaded fan. Like they have red
Yeah.
hair. Yeah.
Uh-huh. God, is it satisfying?
Yeah.
I mean, just like...
I like the ones where they have money because they could use their money to kind of
Yeah.
like manipulate certain scenarios. Like they came for money, you know. They had their own, a lot of land, power. Yeah, the kids were spoiled.
They were the prosecutors, the district fucking.
Oh yeah, they were lawyers in their own town, right?
Yeah, they ran
Right.
it. They ran the whole system.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we crashed the boat. Yo, make that boat disappear, dog.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know, and like.
Oh yeah, well, describe to them what happened. It's when the sons had a boat and they were they're all intoxicated.
Well, yeah, there's the boating accident. That's the one thing, and then all of a sudden, the fucking. The son who crashed the boat and the mom are both shot dead with different weapons.
Yeah,
in
on the property.
Fucking kennel on the property.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's like, yo,
dude,
this fucking dude. And then next thing you know, after that, the motherfucker gets shot because he tells his fucking gardener, hey, you gotta shoot me. I don't want to live anymore.
Yeah.
But then it was just some kind of fucking old school Fletch, like, you know, I'm hiring you to kill me, and then you're actually gonna be the body that they think is me when I dip out.
It's layered, dude.
It's gnarly.
You know what's crazy about that? Because it has to do with alcoholism too.
Yeah.
If that kid, because they had like 18 packs of this and that. They're drinking on the boat, and then what ended up happening is they crashed and one of the girls died.
Oh.
Yeah.
But if the kid was sober and they were just drinking ginger beers, none of that would have happened, right, Steve-O?
Right.
Yeah. So kids, you know.
That's tip number 2.
Tip number 2.
Stay sober.
Be sober. Your life will get better, right? Wouldn't you say your life got exponentially better?
For sure.
Just that one choice. I'm not going to pick up and do this anymore.
Yeah,
right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we have a giraffe that's next to you. His name is Gerald, and he sometimes talks to our guests. I didn't know if you wanted to ask Gerald any questions or anything like that.
I think I'm good, man. I think I'm gonna. I'm just gonna. I love that. You know what? Like, I'm not gonna fucking sweat him, dude. He's chilling.
Okay, now
good.
Gerald, do you have any questions for Steve-O?
Would you rather have a boy pussy or a girl
He's
penis?
like, yeah, dog, we're good.
He's not listening to a damn word I'm saying.
Really? That's it?
Steve,
Okay. He
we have a tree also here. His name is Terrence. Do you have any questions for Terrence?
I think I'm good, dog.
That's the first time anyone's done that.
Okay, now Terrence, do you have any words of wisdom for Steve-O? Because Terrence doesn't really interact too much with our guests, but he sometimes will say things to our guests.
Leave those be who don't talk to trees.
Have you guys not done very many episodes of this? Because I'm guessing there's going to be plenty of people who don't have any questions for a stuffed giraffe.
9 out of 10 people
They always
have a question. You can ask him anything.
anything you want,
Anything
Steve-O.
you want. You can say, Gerald,
Anything.
insert question here, and he'll answer it.
I can see with my own eyes that giraffe is chilling.
Okay.
Chilling.
All right.
He doesn't
From a
need no
wild boy
hassle.
himself, he knows.
Yeah,
he knows.
He
Doesn't
knows.
need no hassle.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done so many things over the years, like including being a clown to having a short-lived career as a rapper.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm actually coming back to the rap game.
Are you?
Dude, I heard your album was... Weren't you about to drop a solo album many years
I was
ago?
about to drop an album. Like, I put out like an underground mixtape.
Nice.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. Did you grow up with certain, like...
No.
Like rap stuff that you listened to when you were
Not
younger?
really, no.
Not really?
I came in like
Just
I
raw.
wasn't trying
be
to
anyone.
emulate any. I was
Anybody.
very original and authentic.
Nice.
In what I was doing, yeah.
So are you going to drop something in the future,
I'm
man?
actually working on a track right now with the legendary rap group Insane Clown Posse.
What?
Yeah. Like me and ICP.
Yeah, dude. ICP, baby.
Dude.
Yeah, it's
They've been
kind of
around, bro.
It's what you call horrorcore.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like horror.
It's like necro a little bit.
Horror rap. Yeah.
It's like kind of like necro nonfiction.
Yeah. So we're making a song. A very very horror themed song about how much I love my lady. It's gonna be just like light and fluffy and lovey and cute.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna reveal that for approximately 1 week a month, my girl is a you know what I mean? It's like the cycle of menstruation.
It's real. That's real. Yeah. That's zombie time.
Yeah, dude, like yeah,
That's
like
the witching hour, huh?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
My girl turns into a fucking demon, dog.
Like,
you
give
know?
us some examples. I'm interested in this. Go
I
ahead.
mean, like she's just straight like exorcist shit, dog.
For
Like,
real?
yeah,
For real?
Like, yeah, like. She's like the Exorcist.
Like temperamental?
You know? Like you would rather be with that girl in the Exorcist when she's fucking floating above the bed than you catch my girl on her off week. Yeah, dude.
Emotional? Like a lot of crying?
A lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like like just lashing out, you know,
Yeah.
like
How do you deal with that, man? Like,
mean,
do you
I
want to
try-
lash out
I-
back, or how do you deal with that?
I try to run, but the demon has my phone number, dog. That's real. Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of
Hello? The demon's got the
But dude,
digits.
Isn't that a funny idea for a rap song with ICP?
That's great, dude.
This is for my rap redemption.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, man.
Dude,
So you don't talk
exclusive.
back? Do you ever like argue back, or do you just step away?
Yeah, because so my wife and I, we talk things out to death before we escalate. Or do you guys? Would you say, how would you communicate when you're fighting with your girl?
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty good, man. There are very few situations where everything's not just cool. You know, like the demon syndrome.
Demon syndrome.
I really hope that
That's the name of the episode, Doc.
I really hope that our listeners start calling periods demon syndrome.
The demon syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demon week.
Yeah.
It's
Demon
demon week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes my girl will just say something like completely absurd, and I'll say, "Oh, I see that I'm now talking to the demon."
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, like I don't want to, you know, I don't.
Okay.
Like, I gotta keep it lighthearted and stuff.
No.
Like the reality is that, like, you know, we all know that the jokes, what makes them funny is, like, you know, a hint of the truth. Like it's like that. Like,
does she get personal with you? Like, does she hurt your feelings?
not so much. She's just like irrationally emotional to a point of you know, irrational. Like things just feel like like, I mean, she's very what do you call it? Like catastrophic. Like everything's like this. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's like.
Yeah.
It's real. It's a real thing. But of course, I'm like making light of it and making it into a bigger thing than it is.
Does she crave certain foods? Like, if you got her like a chocolate cake or snacks?
She definitely wants to eat like straight gas station food when she's the demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, yo, it's the fucking demon week, and I'm fucking going to the gas station.
Hey, that's cheaper
real,
than
for real.
sushi and stuff like that.
Yeah. Frugal Brothers.
Right.
You know, we're also frugal bros on
Yeah.
the show, so I mean, I would look at that as a plus because gas
Yeah.
station food, you can get a lot of gas station food for $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, I love my lady so much, and
we all do too. We all love our ladies here.
yeah, like I'm profoundly.
We all have
grateful.
girls here.
We all have
Yeah.
females. We
I'm
all have
profoundly grateful
females.
for my relationship. You know, I can't say it enough. I'm just such a better version of myself, like with my lady.
Yeah, me too. I think.
And she just, her capacity to love is just so like off the charts. Like she has taught me like about love.
Isn't it inspiring when you see someone who does that you're like, oh, I could be doing so much better in this area of my life, like with the giving of the love and patience and stuff like that.
Motivation.
Yeah, and like, you know, we don't go like, you know, we don't go to the store. You know, I gotta go to my meeting. And like we have to like have like meaningful embrace and kiss. Like if we are ever going to physically part company on any level.
Right. How long y'all been together?
6.5 years.
Wow.
It's awesome. Creeping up on that 7 mark.
Yeah, it's getting real.
Getting itchy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, but she's just, my girl's so rad, man. I love her.
That's awesome. There's a bag of stuff right there. If you want to grab.
Okay.
And so we come up with different challenges all the time, and we have a backup one, but we want you to look through these supplies.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got a spanking paddle. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
All right. We've got clown balloons for twisting animals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't even blow one of these open.
We've got like a pump.
Yeah. That was never part of my clowning deal. Wow, you guys, is this legit? You have your own hot sauce for the show?
And you have your own hot sauce too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great, man.
There's your hot sauce in there too.
Yeah, how about that? A little something for your butthole.
Yeah.
Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole.
How do they get one of those, Steve-O?
Available on Amazon, right?
It's available on Amazon. It's
Get
fantastic.
yours today.
Yeah. And be careful. The butthole destroyer. Be careful.
Is that gnarly?
This is so gnarly.
How gnarly?
The top 3 ingredients are the 3 hottest peppers on earth. You know, like when they list the ingredients, whatever comprises the largest quantity in the bottle is what goes first.
Yeah.
Oh
So the largest quantity is the scorpion pepper.
Oh God.
And then the second largest quantity ingredient is the Nagajaloka and the Carolina Reaper. That's Scorpion, Ghost, and Carolina Reaper. The 3 hottest peppers in the world are what fills this bottle.
Oh man, have you tried that?
Yeah, it's gnarly.
It's
It's
gnarly.
called Steve-O's Butthole Destroyer hot sauce.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I don't even use it, dude.
It's that hot?
I have no use for it. I know people who do, like my guy Scott Randolph.
Yeah.
He exclusively uses the destroyer.
He puts it on all his stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be careful with it.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with it. But yeah.
Oh my God.
We got a ball gag over here.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really understood that
The ball gag.
Yeah, I don't understand what it's really for.
I don't know.
Oh, and then that's for the
pump.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, man. That.
So we got a hodgepodge of stuff here, and we've done, over 130 different episodes of challenges and stuff.
Oh, how about that?
Like that. And you're like, so what's cool about having you on the show, Steve, I'll just say it flat out. You are easily one of our most requested guests.
Oh, how about that? Cool.
Yeah.
Because
Sick.
when people see us do the challenges and some of the stunts that we've done, it's a small, it's a much smaller scale. You're like,
You're the
you're
king
a
of
king.
it.
You're a
the
king, my
bro.
friend.
The king is here.
So, if you can come up with any challenge that you would think that would be good for us, either Steve and I to do or the 3 of us to do with these supplies, or we thought of one potentially as a backup.
I could never do it.
Maybe.
Well, only it's a good thing you got the pump.
Oh yeah,
Now, I know,
How hard is
and
that? Maybe we could.
I know
just
you'll see like they do this to like kind of like warm it up or stretch it out and loosen it up, and then you can blow it.
yeah,
But not me, man.
yeah, that's hard.
Give me an example of one that you did in the past that was a real hit.
We did a diaper race where the first person to poop in their diaper won the
How
challenge.
about that? That's good.
And
cool.
people seem to like that one a lot.
Dude. Have you had Poopies?
No.
Poopies. Oh no, we haven't had him on the show yet.
Poopies.
Yeah,
He's one
great.
of the new Jackass cast members.
Yeah.
I had this idea on my my whiteboard. It's where I write down ideas for YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And the idea was to go on Cameo, the shout out video website, and order videos from people where we try to get them to say things that would ultimately be embarrassing. It's called Embarrassing Celebrities on Cameo. And at first we were asking Chris Hansen to say hey, something to the effect of who asked me to send you this video even though it's a violation of the restraining order. He just had no issue. It was great. He really leaned into it, and we were like, okay, so now we got to go a little harder.
Yeah.
We asked. We sent a request to Lindsay Lohan, and it was we put in actual quotes, what
for her to read it as a quoted thing.
This is how we
a
want
teleprompter.
be we said, Lindsay, we think you're just the greatest. We love your movies, and we want you to do this. Can you please read this? Exactly, and it read in a British accent. Please say, for my British fans, Elton John is a talentless diva. And then, in an Irish accent, please say, Conor McGregor is a washed up bitch. I think something like that. And then, for my Chinese, in a Chinese accent.
Yeah, dog. You got one too.
Then in a Chinese accent, please say, Jackie Chan plays ping pong with his ding dong. Now, if you can believe it, Lindsay Lohan didn't go for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we sent the same request to Poopies. And this is the story of the entire video, is that every single fucking request we made, for the most part, was flatly denied. And every single request went straight to Poopies, who we were like, what will he not do? What will we not? It's got to be something. We started making requests just for Poopies.
Right.
Hey, the guys at the fire department, need a real morale boost for fire season.
How much is he charging for these cameras?
It's like $100.
Oh.
So we said just to give the guys at the station a morale boost for fires. We need you to light a candle and swing your wiener at it, and extinguish the candle with the head of your wiener. And once you've done that successfully, we want you to scream, "I'm a firefighter." And he did it. And then there was one we asked Juicy J to say hey, one of our buddies in the office shit his pants and he's really embarrassed about it, if could we get you to say to him that shitting your pants is nothing to be embarrassed about,
like a motivational pep talk. Could
you tell him that actually you shit your pants all the time, and call it a juicy shit? And he wrote back let's come up with something else, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
That was the one?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No. That's not what, that's what Juicy J said. Poopies, we sent him the request. And, but we said, hey, man, our buddy at the office, he shit his pants. He's like, can you make him feel better? Tell him that you shit your pants all the time, and then just actually lay a pair of your pants on the ground and take a shit on your pants. We got it back in a half hour. Yeah, and sadly, we got Poopy's his Cameo account deactivated.
I bet.
Yeah, because they have a no nudity policy. Otherwise, it would like people would just be like some weird OnlyFans shit.
Right. Like all requests and stuff.
We didn't
like that.
see that coming.
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
We had to make one. What's my balloon animal over here?
Okay.
It's Mr. Cock and Balls. Let's see. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So Steve-O, do you
See,
have...
I'm over here, man, doing challenges over here.
You're already doing them.
Telling you stories. I'm doing challenges. So, I'll tell you, dude, the most impressive person that we reached out to was David Arquette.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Yeah, and here I'm spilling this video out onto your Scissors Bros podcast before I even cut it together. This is just happening right now. It just went down. We sent a request to David Arquette saying, hey, David, sadly, I got my girlfriend pregnant and she wants to keep the kid, even though we are in no position to start a family. Mm. And, I wonder if you could just, help me try and talk some sense into her. If you could just say, like, hey, Sugar Plum, like, now's just not the time to have a kid. Let's get this bun out of the oven. And he wrote back. He said that he feels strongly that that's it's a woman's choice, and that he's just found it upsetting. Like the request is upsetting, and that with love, like he just really wanted to emphatically urge, this person requesting to have a more like open mind, and you could tell he was just he cared so much
about it. Yeah.
Poopies Did Not Care.
That's so funny, dude.
Oh my god.
No problem there.
$100? Why not?
Yeah. It's a fucking funny video that we're making over there. All right, so a cameo for you guys. I think Cameo's gonna see a real bump in there.
So
but, there's going to be a lot more activity on Cameo, I think, when this masterpiece comes out.
I'm thinking it's like a live cameo that we do on camera right here, right now, with some of those materials, maybe.
All right.
So something that you might think that we might not want to do, that we would do right here, right now.
Now, I don't want to get like too weird, but if one of you guys hangs this from your wiener, and then teabags the other guy, all you're doing is just accepting this ball into your mouth as it hangs from your bro's dong.
Okay, I'll accept that. You could teabag me.
Yeah. And then, yeah. And all you gotta do is say,
yeah, I like that, Steve.
And say, I'm a firefighter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay. So we just should get naked now?
I mean, you don't have to get naked. If all you gotta do is lay down on the ground or open your mouth.
Okay.
And you probably don't
Yeah,
have to
I got naked last. Yeah, I got naked.
You probably don't have to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you.
The king is here.
The king's here. We gotta do it. The king's here. The king's here.
Yeah, you just lay on the ground with the mouth open.
Yeah.
You can probably just like face that corner.
Oh, should we dip the ball gag in a little bit of hot sauce?
I do like that. I dip my
I don't
balls
like
in
that.
it. Yeah.
But it's your day.
I mean, hey, dude,
It's your
you know
day,
what? I
Steve-O,
don't think
you're
the
the
hot
king.
sauce adds that much. I think just the visual.
Yeah.
It's like a mock teabag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's your day, Steve-O.
Yeah.
Come
Okay,
on.
well, let's reset this
Okay.
camera so that we'll capture
this is
it.
for
Okay.
this is for all the firefighters out there. Going into fire season is a stressful time, and we're just trying to boost your morale.
Okay.
We're gonna just do
So
it.
he gets completely naked.
I mean, I
that's
don't
fine.
need to see anybody's wiener, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to.
I mean, I don't know how you would not.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Dude! Dude!
Oh, wow.
Dude!
I applaud your commitment.
Dude! Relax, man!
There you go. Wow, I had no idea. There you go. Yes, Scissor Bros. A perfectly good YouTube video, now totally demonetized.
This way.
Dude!
Wow.
Dude! You can't show this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Censor it.
Yeah.
Dude, at least, use your...
It's crazy,
like a
man.
tree branch.
It's
There you go.
crazy.
Yeah, tree branch it.
And the but
Squat down, dude! Squat down, dude. Okay, that's close enough. Oh my god.
all right. Now, do you have anything to say?
No, that was okay. I just didn't like the fish.
I'm a firefighter.
I'm a firefighter.
Yeah, thank God you put out that fire.
Oh my god.
Hey, Steve-O, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
through, my
man.
man. Hey, you want to plug some stuff? Let's plug some stuff,
I mean,
man.
I
man,
plugged.
plug your stuff,
I
man.
plugged, man. I got the book. I got the
Yeah,
paperback.
get Steve-O's book today.
The paperback book.
Yeah, get the paperback book today.
Should we dance out of the episode?
I like that scissor dance, dog.
All right, let's do it.
That's it.
Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know what it was about, man, but I'm feeling
Aren't you feeling good, man? Feels real good. Love you, dude. Thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
so much. Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, man. It's a
Hell
commitment
yeah.
to the dawn.
Scissor Brothers!
Hello? Is anyone still there? It's your pal, Gerald, and that was pretty sweet having Steve on the podcast. Of course, it got a little strange at the end there. Steve seemed to take like a duck to water to that challenge. Anywho, things are going well for me. What do you guys think? Should we try to get one by one each Jackass member, collect them like freaking Pokemon, huh? I think that'd be fun. Anyway, I wish Steve-O wouldn't have ignored me, but he was a fun guest. And I love you guys. Check us out on Patreon for a lot of unedited and exclusive content. Love you guys. Bye.
Now, we have a giraffe that's next to you. His name is Gerald, and he sometimes talks to our guests. I didn't know if you wanted to ask Gerald any questions or anything like that.
I think I'm good, man. I think I'm gonna